Next on The Food Nanny, Brandon Campbell is Neon Tree's bassist. And while he's living his dream and traveling the world, his family dinner time is getting out of sync. His wife Emily and I team up to prove that even for a rock star, when there's food on the table, there's no place like home. I'm Liz Edmonds. I'm the Food Nanny. As I've raised 7 children, I learned that dinner time is the most important part of the day. It's the most natural setting to share the best of everyday life together. And when it works, it's La Vita Vera, the true life. But I know it's not easy. That's why I've made it my mission to help you rescue dinner time. And I'll travel the world to help families like yours find La Vita Vera and have the best of everyday life together.
So I was looking out into the crowd, and it just went as far as I could see, thousands of people there. That was the moment for me. I just felt like, okay, this is what we've worked for. This is why I've scrimped and saved and cooked every meal for 3 years, just so we could do this and enjoy it.
People have asked a lot, is, fame and success, everything that we thought it would be. You get a record deal, and people think we're on Easy Street now. And that's not the case. It's actually, that's when the real hard work begins. It's just a thrill, to play music. I've been playing for such a long time, and to now have the opportunity to travel the world and to do that, to support my family. It's just been a great opportunity. Being out on the road, the thing I miss the most is the simplicity, of home time. There's always so much going on, a lot of excitement, especially, in my career and the things that we get to experience, that it's great just to have, things slow down and be simple.
What Brandon needs is a little La Vita Vera, the true life, which comes from having a consistent family dinner time. Let's go rescue dinner.
Food Nanny.
Hi, Brandon.
How are you?
Oh, very good. How are you?
Good. I've heard some good things about you. I love the show. Come on in. Meet the family.
I can't wait. When the Food Nanny returns, Brandon takes me through his journey to international fame. But in all the excitement, his wife Emily has lost her passion for cooking. With a little help from her daughter Katie, we discover why trying new recipes can really spice up the kitchen.
Do you know what sauce this is?
No.
It's that creamy green tomatillo sauce that you love. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Food Nanny. Brandon's life of rock and roll is a dream come true, but he's invited me to his home because amidst all the excitement, something is missing.
This is my wife, Emily.
Emily.
Good to meet you.
Thank you. What a beautiful girl.
I got to get my mojo back for cooking. So you're here to help?
I sure am.
Okay. Come
I
sit
want to
down.
hear all about it.
Sure.
Oh, you guys have come a long way together, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Where did you meet?
We met in 6th grade. When we were
Really?
just little kids, yeah. During the last week of school, I had a camera with me at school, and there was this guy in these suede leather chaps with fringe all down the bottoms, and they were just ridiculous. And so I snapped a photo of him, and if someone was to tell me that I was gonna marry this boy in the chaps, I would have said they're crazy, there's no way. And back then I thought he was some dirty punk kid. Once we started going to the same high school, we had some mutual friends, and we were into a lot of the same music, so we hung out a lot.
I remember exactly, we were in the sitting room in her parents' house, and there was this glass patio door with the light shining through, and it was just like she was like shining like this snow queen, and she had braces as well, and so there's like this light glistening, as well, and which totally sounded like, because usually people are embarrassed that they have braces, and I thought it was just like the most adorable thing.
20 years ago, when we first started dating, which was really 20 years ago, it was my dream that we could be together and make a life for ourselves and have a family together, and that's happened. So really, he is my dream guy.
Hey.
Hi,
baby.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
And now we're 3.
What
now
a
we're
cute
4.
girl. Now you're 4.
Now we're 4.
You've got Katie, who
Yep.
is, what, 9?
Yep.
Oh, and then you got a little brother. How old is he?
He's 4.
He's at school right now.
So we'll meet him in a little while.
Yep.
What do you think about your dad being a rock star?
cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you go to his concerts? You
Of
do?
course, yeah.
She's a
definitely.
big music fan too.
Yeah, tell me. I mean, how did you break through? I mean, this doesn't happen to everybody.
He played with every band that came calling because he loved it so much and he needed it. And so he would work all day long and then come home for, half an hour, and then have to go play on someone's record. Or I have to go record with so-and-so, or I'm filling in with this band or whatever. And it was my dream too. I wanted music to be his real job so that we didn't have this double life. And Neon Trees was already formed, but they were moving to California. So they asked Brandon, to be a part of it. And he said, I love playing with you guys and it's great, but I've got a family and a house and a job and everything. My life is here. So when they moved, they ended up needing a new bass player. And so they courted him. They called and said, please, can you at least just come and do a few demos with us and do a few recordings. So he did. He went out to LA the beginning of 2008, did a week's worth or so of recording, and when he came home from that, he had changed a little bit. And he knew, he told me, I know if I don't join this band that they're gonna go somewhere and you and I are gonna be watching TV 2 years from now and we're gonna see them on Jay Leno. And I could feel it. I could feel something different about this.
What does that take for somebody to be able to take a chance like you guys did?
You have to believe in yourself, and knowing that, for us being a family, that the family believes in it. First off, I have this idea that it couldn't be healthy for the family. From the lifestyle that supposedly had to come along with it, the atmosphere it would put me in, and being gone so often. But the music still found me, and I think that it was eventually my calling, and to figure out how do I beat that stereotype, musician's lifestyle.
Brandon has worked really hard to make music his career, and as much as he's worked on that and I've helped him work for that, we've worked even harder on trying to keep our family strong and together, and especially our marriage. Well, when he started playing music full time, it was hard. There were, 2-3 years where we pretty much felt destitute, and I had to cook every meal at home.
To save money.
Oh yes, totally. It was like starting a business. It takes a long time before you turn to see any reward, and so I was cooking 3 meals a day at home for just me and the kids, or for us when he's here, and I'm tired of it.
She was becoming a short order cook. You basically have one child that has special needs in his diet, the other kid who is going to be particular about what she wants.
What do you like, Katie?
Grilled cheese.
Kid food. It kind of made me sick of being in the kitchen, so I'm ready to get excited about cooking again and to kind of branch out and try some new things and just, get my passion for cooking back.
Brandon and Emily are not alone. A lot of families, including myself, get burned out in the kitchen. What they really need is a plan. My 2-week meal plan has helped save countless dinner times. Waiting around until 4 or 5 o'clock every day to decide what to make for dinner is too late. It's always a recipe for disaster. You start by choosing a theme for each night. This is a great way to pick your meals, and it creates a consistency that everyone will look forward to. Then you can use a cookbook or look online to find recipes and fill in each night's menu. While you are doing that, you'll be creating your shopping list, which means you will only need one main grocery store visit every 2 weeks. When it comes to dinner time, planning is the key to stress-free, fabulous dinners. For the Campbells, we decided to start with one of their favorite themes and one of my favorite recipes. These chicken burritos with salsa verde and lime are sure to get Emily fired up about cooking again. Katie, we're glad you're cooking with us today. How do you feel about it?
Good.
If you cook the food, then you'll be excited to eat it, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be a really easy recipe because we're going to put all this ingredients right into the rice cooker.
That's what I
So
like.
anybody can do it.
Perfect.
We're going to use a cup of short grain sticky rice. If you prefer the long grain, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The long grain separates, so it's whatever mood you're in.
So the short grain is what makes it sticky.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she loves that. She
Sure.
absolutely loves that.
Next, we pour in 2 cups of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh cilantro, and the juice from half of a lime. And then because your brother doesn't eat dairy, instead of 2 tablespoons of butter, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And that's for Connor. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
It's gonna get good.
And 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. And that's an ancient spice that just gives it a nice flavor.
Smells good.
One of the things that kind of got me excited about being in the kitchen, I think first and foremost, was having Katie in there with me. She's just such a good little helper for me, and to see her get excited about putting in ingredients and, you know, starting the rice cooker, that makes it fun and it makes it feel like a good quality time that we can spend together.
We'll put the lid on, and that's it. You don't have to do one more thing.
When we started cooking, it just made me excited to cook. I really like Mexican food.
Now for the chicken.
How are we gonna cook the chicken?
Well, we're gonna bake it.
Good, because I cook it on the pan, on the stovetop a lot, but a lot of the times it's a little too dry and I'm disappointed in whatever I'm making.
A lot of people have that problem. That's why I went personally years ago to baking, and I'm gonna show you how it's gonna turn out every time. Katie, why don't you go ahead and move all the chicken in a row over there into our 9x13 pan for us.
Does it feel cool?
Yeah.
We've preheated the oven to 350. Now let's have your mom go ahead and take the olive oil.
Got it. Oh, on all of them.
A good nice little dousing. We'll do some coarse salt. Very good. Do you want to do the pepper, Katie?
Don't sneeze.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and just pop that into the oven. Okay. Exactly like that for 35 minutes. Okay. When the Food Nanny returns, the secret weapon to these burritos is the sauce. But will it have the whole family impressed?
Get in on this. Yeah, yummy, right?
Welcome back to the Food Nanny. The Campbells have sacrificed a lot for Brandon and his exciting music career, including Emily's cooking mojo. Now, Emily is determined to rekindle her passion for cooking. We've started to make my delicious chicken burritos. As the rice and chicken cooked, Emily, Katie, and I walked to the park for a quick breather. I love how you recognize your need to get back into the kitchen as your mojo.
Yeah, my motivation, I guess.
Yeah.
Before we had Katie and I still worked full time, I remember one day I took the day off just for no reason, but he was at work all day and at school all day. And all day I just, you know, cleaned and did some laundry and prepped a really great dinner. And when he came home, he said, "You just need to be the manager of our house." You know, he's like, "This is the best. I love this." And that was really fulfilling to me. So when I was able to quit work and to just be a mom and help support him and get his career off the ground, I've loved it. Now I think that I lost my mojo in the kitchen. I was making the same things over and over, and my family got used to it, especially my husband, and he just wasn't making the same noises that he used to make. I didn't hear all the, it's so good, and all the compliments, and I think I really need that to know that he's loving what I made.
So what do you end up usually at 4 or 5 o'clock at night if you don't have a plan?
If Brandon's not around, then I just end up cooking for the kids and having whatever for myself, but I don't want to do that, because then we end up eating the same thing over and over, and it's usually not as healthy.
No, and it's no fun.
No, it's not. It's very boring.
As you make your meal plan, you create this variety of food that, number one, is healthy, and number two, keeps you interested.
Right.
I know how hard it is to be where you're at. It takes a lot of work and a lot of devotion, a lot of sacrifice. My meal plan kept me going even when I was tired. And if you really catch the vision of it, it'll keep you going. Emily has everything she needs to get her mojo back. Now it's time to put that meal plan to the test. This is the sauce for our chicken burritos with salsa verde and lime.
Do you know what sauce this is?
No.
It's that creamy green tomatillo sauce that you love. You're gonna love these burritos, I know it.
So we're doubling this recipe because of Brandon.
Okay,
He
there's
loves
never enough
sauce.
sauce for him, so yes, perfect.
First of all, we're gonna add 2 cups of salsa verde, and you can buy that.
So any can, jar, whatever?
Sure.
Okay.
Next, we pour in 1/2 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of sour cream, and 2/3 cup of mayonnaise. That's what makes it so creamy. Now we have 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Fresh lime
Of
juice.
course.
It's gotta be fresh.
Always.
2 packets of 0.4 ounces buttermilk dressing mix. And then here's 2/3 cups fresh cilantro.
More cilantro. I love cilantro a lot more than my family does, but I want it in everything.
This is 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, fresh garlic. We've got more cumin. We had some cumin in,
she likes
in
that.
our rice. Gives it a really nice little kick.
And
then
salt?
1 teaspoon salt.
Right.
And then some hot sauce.
We gotta add the spice.
Okay. Go ahead, Katie.
Ooh, how spicy are you gonna make it?
Not that spicy.
Not that spicy.
You can always add more after we blend it up and taste it. Let's try that.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Good girl.
That's good. How easy is that? Just put that on there and we'll put the lid on. Go ahead, Katie. Let's go slow at first.
I love the creamy tomatillo sauce, and it was easy to make. We just threw the ingredients in the blender. It was easy for my daughter to help with, and it's perfect.
Okay, looks good. Taste it and see if it's hot enough. It's hot enough?
Good.
It's fantastic.
I'm excited to make the sauce here because I can eat it with anything I want.
Here's the chicken.
Well,
Okay.
I'll fix
Grab that in,
this.
Kate, thanks. That looks perfect.
Okay, so we'll take a chicken breast. Now, a couple of these you're going to freeze or keep for tomorrow, okay? So if we take 2 forks, we can get our meat to shred. Katie, would you like to try that?
Yeah.
There we go. Hold it a little bit more over
So you
here.
can cook the chicken this way for any recipe where you need cooked chicken. Just bake it.
Recipe. Do you see how moist that is?
Yeah, I'm never cooking it on the stovetop again.
I don't know what it is, but baking with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper just seasons it perfectly and keeps it moist.
So you just
Bite of it.
you want
Kinda-
a bite of it.
Taste a little bit.
Take a little piece. Oh, that's a huge piece. It was really tender. It was really moist. Loved the chicken, even just plain the way we were sampling it was great.
Like it?
It is so much more moist than on the stovetop.
Good.
It's perfect.
We move the chicken into a bowl and take out the tortillas. We fill each tortilla with shredded chicken, black beans, and our freshly cooked lime rice.
Hey, you ready to wrap?
Fold it about 1/3 of the way up. Perfect. And then just bring the sides in and then fold the top down. Very good.
Nice.
Okay, and over.
You got it.
So it'll stay together.
Very good.
In the meantime, Brandon left to go pick Connor up from school.
He normally comes home on the bus, but we're gonna bring him home a little early today. It's always hard to put him on the bus, and especially because usually when your kid goes to preschool, it's for a couple hours a day, a couple days a week. Well, Connor is basically gone 8 hours a day. And for a little boy, I mean, that's just so much to require of him, but it's helped him so much. Basically, it's a school for kids with autism or kids that have been delayed with their cognitive skills and motor skills.
It's kind of interesting how Brandon's career came along and they started having success right at the same time as we were dealing with Connor's disability. So it was a little bit bittersweet, but I haven't really seen this as a huge challenge. I mean, of course we want a normal life for him and we want to see him grow and develop and live the best life that he can. But his little personality is so big and so sweet, and even though he's nonverbal, he doesn't say any words, even though he's 4.5 years old, he definitely communicates. And so he just brings so much love into our family, and I think he definitely helps keep Brandon grounded.
There's just like something that happens when you become a parent. I think for everybody, you don't really realize that you can love someone so much. Looking back over the last couple of years of the success the band has had and some of the career milestones that we've already been able to accomplish in places that we've played, different things that it's all great, but nothing replaces being a dad.
Back in the kitchen, we make a special burrito for Connor and put it in a separate pan so we can coat it with just plain salsa verde. Next, we take the creamy sauce we made earlier and pour it on the other burritos till they're drenched. A lot of sauce.
I think Katie wants a
So good.
straw.
Good.
Katie's about to.
Hi.
How are
Is that enough sauce?
Oh, yeah.
you? Okay.
I think Katie would get a straw
Looks
and
delicious.
just drink
Yeah, it
it
does.
straight.
Katie and your wife have done a great job.
Yeah?
I learned a new way to make chicken so that it's all tender and moist.
Got your mojo back.
It's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there.
This aura around here.
You can see it. I'm excited in the kitchen again.
Yes.
So we're going to bake these now at 350 for about 40, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Daddy, you put it in.
So
Okay, Katie will open it.
Brandon said that at the beginning of his career, he didn't want to fall into the typical musician's lifestyle. Looks like he's been able to pull it off. But how?
One of Brandon's funniest quotes is he says, no matter how big your band gets or how successful you are, you always have to go home and take out your trash.
You know, I hate using the term rock star. You know, at the end of the day, I'm still just dad. You know, and that's who I am.
We don't ever want him to lose touch with our kids or to grow apart. And so when he's on the road, we never go a day without talking, and he never goes a day without talking to the kids. When he is home, he is home. He doesn't have to leave and go to the office all day and then leave and go out on tour. So when he's home, we kind of get him all to ourselves, and that makes it fantastic. We say, we're having family club.
Family club is when we can create a time where other things don't matter, and where, you know, that we can just be away from everything else and really be able to get lost in you know, playing a board game or something like that. You know, just change up the pace and create a situation where it's just about family.
Wherever we're having family club, that's home. We can be with Brandon on the road, be in New York, or even out of the country, and as long as we're together, I feel like we're home, and it does make it worth it. People think this life is crazy and it's too hard and you're alone a lot, but it's not like that. We do every little thing we can do to make that relationship stay special and strong.
Connor, Katie made this just for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yay. So, Liz, you accomplished a great challenge for our family. Enough sauce right here. This is enough sauce.
I love it. Brandon was making the noises. I could tell he enjoyed it, and that it just hit the spot for him, and that was such a happy moment for me. This is fantastic, and I love the sauce.
Get in on this. Yeah, yummy, right?
So this is it. This is the true life. Everybody sitting together around the table, good food and good conversation. What could be better than that?
That's true.
So I know you'll keep working on it now that Emily's got her mojo back. But most important thing is to sit down together and do dinner just like this on a consistent basis. Take care, and thanks for having me.
I'm excited again to start planning our menu, and I love that she chose a theme every night. That makes it easy. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of what we're gonna do, and Katie helped. That is so fantastic to have Katie in the kitchen with me.
The best part about the day was cooking. It felt cool that I made a meal and then I got to eat it.
The food at home is always better because I think it's the companionship. You know, we could have the simplest homemade burritos, but if it's being together, you know, that's what's gonna count.
That was more fun cooking with Katie than actually cooking the meal. It's just being with her.
Oh yeah.
So, Kate, let's open up a restaurant.
Okay.
Campbell Cafe. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We're doing it. That's our new family club.
First, we're gonna have a cup of short grain rice. What happened?
This just fell off the light. Do I have to say thanks, Food Nanny? I can't say Liz, Lemon. Just kidding, I'll say Food. Hey. Thanks, Food Nanny. Total cheeseball.
And that's a hard thing too, like when you want to do something professionally that majority of people do as a hobby, especially when you tell your friends and family and, you know, neighbors that, yeah,
Oh, they
well,
thought we were
I quit
crazy.
my job because I'm playing music now, and they think, well,
That's hard.
my nephew does that, you
Right.
know, and
He's 10.
Yeah, exactly. That, you know, he plays guitar.
Glad your dad showed up. He scared me. All of a sudden, I looked behind me. It was your dad.